Hello, men. Good to see you. In Romans chapter 5, verses 7 and 8, Paul tells us how God has shown his love for humanity. Let's read. For scarcely for a righteous man will one die, yet perhaps for a good man someone would even dare to die. But God demonstrates his own love toward us, in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Sometimes people hold the belief that they've simply sinned too much to be forgiven. Their sins are too great and too many, and God couldn't possibly forgive them. Now, there may be different motivations for this belief, but it is certainly a false notion. Now, we know that the way Christ paid the penalty for us was probably the most excruciating punishment ever devised. It was reserved for the most reprehensible criminals, yet the man who knew no sin voluntarily endured it. I think of the movie The Passion of the Christ, and how just revolting it was. It was hard to watch. Pulling out the beard, the scourging was particularly agonizing, and then of course the crucifixion. And so my takeaway from that movie is, what punishment, what crime would deserve more punishment than that? Is there any criminal act, any criminal that you can think of that would deserve more punishment than what Jesus endured for our sin? That's how much love God has, and that shows us that there is no sin that cannot be forgiven by the blood of the cross, that God's grace can overcome any and all sin. These verses also make clear that God's love is truly amazing. His grace is amazing, and his love is amazing. In John 15:13, Jesus said, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." Now, men, if we're being honest, we are like everyone else in the world. We want, we need, we seek love and acceptance. And of course, oftentimes in the world, we aren't going to find either one. But God has this so amazing love that we can feel the ultimate love, the love of voluntarily taking on the sins of all humanity. And it wasn't just guys like Hitler. How about Caiaphas, the one that sent him over to the Romans? How about Pontius Pilate, who washed his hands and let the crucifixion go on? How about the Roman soldiers that scourged him or nailed him to the cross? Jesus died for them too. And so as we think about what Jesus did on the cross, as we think about what our Creator undertook to reconcile us to him, let us remember that no matter what we go through in the world, we have unconditional love and unconditional acceptance from our Creator, our Father in heaven. And so until I see you again, may the Lord richly bless you, my brothers.